Welcome to my presentation about Sir Isaac Newton's 3 laws of motion. Today I have with me my little brother Christian and my little cousin Jimmy, and they are going to help me explain each of Newton's laws of motion. Newton's first law of motion has to do with something called inertia. The first law states that any object that is at rest stays at rest, and any object in motion tends to stay in motion unless an outside force acts upon it. Here you see Christian sitting on the edge of the couch. Christian has quite a lot of mass, and right now he isn't moving, right? So that means that this object would be at rest forever. But what if the outside force decided to act upon Christian now? Jimmy, our strong outside force, has now acted upon Christian, which now causes Christian, our object, to fall to the ground. If Jimmy were to leave Christian at rest, Christian would have been sitting on the edge of the couch forever.
Wait, what?
Anyways, now on to Newton's second law. Newton's second law has to do with an equation, and that equation is F equals ma. Now you must be wondering, what is the meaning of that equation? It's force equals mass times acceleration. Here we see Jimmy and Christian, again, having their annual stuffed animal fight. Now Jimmy here is taller and has more mass than Christian, so when Jimmy throws a stuffed animal, Christian gets hit and falls to the ground. Because Jimmy has more mass than Christian, he needs less force to knock him over. But if Jimmy were to use all of his force, he would make Christian accelerate way more than he just did.
Can someone call my mom?
Moving on. This brings us to Newton's third law of motion, which states for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So now we see Jimmy and Christian playing with their Pikachu toy. Now the two boys are in the middle of a fight scene, and they decide that they want to kill Pikachu by dropping him from a very high height. Now, the action of that was Pikachu dropping, and the reaction was him hitting the floor. Hope you enjoyed my presentation on Newton's 3 laws of motion.